Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Today we got another 10 for you. Not a top 10, but I'm going through 10 80s slasher films for this Halloween. I've done a few things already. I've done a random selection. I've done a kind of extreme sort of one for you. And now I'm going to do a slasher one, because I think, well, everyone loves a good slasher, right? Especially on Halloween time. So I've tried to get a good array of ones on here for you. We're going to start off at number, it's not in any order, so I'm not going to count down 10 to 1. So anyway, first one we're going to look at is a video nasty, and it's The Burning, which is very similar to Friday the 13th. It's a camp slasher film based at sort of like a summer camp in America, where these children torment the local caretaker, and they accidentally burn down his hut when he's in it, and but he survives it all burnt up, and he comes back and starts to sort of prey on all the sort of kids and the sort of like the people that are there. But really cool film. Especially for the boat scene, there's a lot of good deaths in there. So yeah, good gory start. That's the Burning. I believe this is also another video nasty. There's going to be a few in here probably. The Slayer, another great film. This has got a real sort of heavy sort of cult following. This one, based on this sort of like, it's like this old sort of town sort of like stage area where these kids go and they're stalked by this sort of mad killer. It's not, these are all so similar, these films, but it's such a cool film. And what a great looking creature the Slayer is. Such a good film, really cool. I love the Slayer. I think it's a little underrated in my opinion. And this version, if you pick it up, is really cool because it's got an audience sort of like listening to it, and sort of like you can hear them sort of laughing and cheering at some points in the film. Really cool, the Slayer. Next up, another one. I think this is also on the video nasty list. I'm not sure, might have skimmed it, but it's the Mutilator, or Fall Break, whatever you want to call it. Again, a group of kids go off to this, they're on holiday, so they go off to this sort of like cabin by the seaside. It's one of the guys' dad's owns, and they go there and they end up getting picked off one by one. Really cool sort of like film. I believe there was a second one in the works, but I've not heard anything on that for about a year now. But I knew they were working on a sort of like a sequel. But again, it's such a cool film. Really good. Really cool picture. Great artwork. I can't remember the director's name. Buddy something his name is. I don't think he's done much else. Buddy Cooper, that's his name. I don't think he's done much else than this. But yeah, really cool film. Really good fun. Sort of popcorn, sit down with your, not family, but sit down with your mates and sort of watch on this Halloween. The Mutilator. Alright, next up is a bit more of a classic one. Really early 80s, this one. I think it was 1980 even. Stars our Scream Queen, of course. And that is absolutely gone from me. How stupid. Jamie Lee Curtis. What is wrong with me? Guys, don't get old. Don't get old. Prom Night. I'm going to put that in there. So that's a fantastic slasher about a prom. It's like the Carrie sort of setup where it's a prom night, but we got a killer this time. I'm stalking our teens on their prom night. So it's definitely worth a watch if you like a classic slasher film. It's really cool. Not as gory as a lot of others, but it's still got some good deaths in there. And it's got this very sort of hazy, dreamlike sort of camera work that Brian De Palma tends to like to do. I don't think this is a Brian De Palma film. No, it's not. But yeah, it's a really cool film. And it stars Leslie Nielsen, I believe, as well. Next up is sort of classic, sort of cult slasher film, and it's The Intruder, starring Sam Raimi's brothers in it, and Bruce Campbell's in it, Renee Estevan. It's got quite a big cast, and it's based in like this supermarket, and they're all getting killed off, bumped up one night as they're sort of excuse me, cleaning and stacking the shelves and stuff like that, and they're all sort of getting bumped off. It's a really cool sort of cheesy but gory slasher film, and it's really, really cool. I'm not sure if this was a video nasty. I'll be surprised if it wasn't, but it's a really cool film, The Intruder. Next up is another one with Bruce Campbell in it. It's not Evil Dead, it's a Maniac Cop. In this one, he plays a police officer who's being blamed for these killings that are being done by a cop, and some people think it's him. So he's out there to try and prove that it's not him, whilst trying to find out who the actual cop killer is. It's a very cool slasher film. Great for it to take like a different sort of route than you know, a lot of other sort of slashers sort of films does. And it's and this time it's the good guy, it's the bad guy, and it's quite cool. Really enjoyable film. Not gory really. It's not a lot of gore in it. Some little bit, but not a lot. It's more. This one's probably quite more suitable for most people to watch. Again, I wouldn't recommend any of these guys for anyone under 15. Any of these films. So just be cautious. I haven't told you it's a good film to watch for everyone. I'm just saying for everyone in that sort of age bracket, say 15, 16 upwards, these are great films to watch with your mates. Maniac Cop, really cool. I'm going to cheat a little bit now, because I'm jumping to the 70s with this one, but I had to put it in there. I'm going to say Halloween, but you could say Halloween 2, because that was an 80s sort of film, and that was a follow-up to this, and it does follow directly on to this, but I picked this one out by accident. So Halloween, there we go. And again, it's Jamie Lee Curtis, Donald Pleasance in this fantastic film about Michael Myers. We all know it, I don't need to explain it, but what better film to watch on Halloween. Right, we're getting there. Next one is a bit of a rarity. Not many people talk about it. I really like it, and it's called Just Before Dawn. This one's in the sort of like in the forest sort of area in America, the forestry, and there's a killer out there, sort of, and he's a weird looking killer, because he's like this sort of like I can't describe him. He's just like this big dude with like this sort of like woolly hat on. He looks like a sort of a budget Leatherface without the mask. But it's really, really cool. Really enjoyed this film. It's got such a good atmosphere and really creepy. Again, it's not the most gory of the horror films, but it's still a really enjoyable watch. Now, you might struggle to pick this up. I believe it's out of print now. So, but have a look around. Your local CX might have a DVD copy of it. So that's pretty cool. If you pick this up on Blu-ray, I think it's still going to be over 30 odd quid. So just be cautious. It could be pricey. Another classic next, doesn't need too much introduction, and we're going to go with Kevin Bacon in Friday the 13th, the first one. And again, it's the first sort of one that started off this franchise, based at Camp Crystal Lake. The campers let a young lad drown called Jason, and his mother's out to avenge his death. So it's a cool film. It's classic. Got some great deaths, got some great gore, it's got some great suspense, great soundtrack. It's the full package. Really, really cool film. Oh, we've got one more left. Can't do a slasher film about this one. Bastard! 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 Of course, Pieces. I could not leave this out. This is a Spanish US sort of slasher film, based again at a high school where we got a mad killer killing off these teens, and they're trying to investigate who it is. It starts off with a young lad that sort of like kills his mother. And I think he's grown up and gone to school, and now he's continuing his delightful hobby at the school. It's very cool. It's got elements of Giallo in there, in the sense of like a lot of the time the killer's dressed in black with black gloves, like a Giallo film, but it's 100% a slasher film. I think they tried. I think because Giallos were so popular and slashers were becoming popular, I think they wanted to hit both markets, and they did with that. Really cool. This is a great release by Arrow. Again, if you get a chance to pick it up, it's got also an audience commentary with it. It's really cool. And there you go. They are 10 80s slasher films worth picking up this or watching this Halloween. Whatever you do Halloween, have an amazing time. If you don't want to watch any of them, watch some horror channels. Watch Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man v Film, RS Design, Pizzlewell, I Am Ice Lord, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrew's Haunted House. All these channels are way better than mine, guys. I'm just some silly old fool playing around who just loves horror movies. But if you have enjoyed it, please like it, and try and get a few of your friends to subscribe, and see if we can get a few more people onto my channel. I think I'm up to nearly 800 subscribers now, which is unbelievable. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for coming in. And a massive shout out to my lad. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.